Hello, friends. How you doing this morning? So I wanted to talk about this real estate office I'm creating in Fresno. But more importantly, I want to talk about it with you and kind of brainstorm how we can use it together. I honestly don't know how this is going to turn out. I've had this building for a little while now. I've loved the space. I like the traffic. And something has always told me that, you need to move in there. You need to take a risk. You need to get uncomfortable. And we're jumping in with both feet. So I want to talk about sort of why I'm doing that, but also I would love it if each of you kind of brainstormed how you think, an office like this could help you or help your business, some things that I'm not thinking about. Uh, I'm going to own this building free and clear so that, we can think long term. It's not like, we have to think about, hey, if we don't get something done in 90 days, what are we going to do? So I would love to hear your plans. I'm going to sort of share my vision and why yes became the right answer for me. But I'd love to hear from you because, you know, I know there were things that could be done by having this building that I'm not thinking about. I want to put it out there, share the vision that I have and see what kind of great ideas you have. So first off, when I sat down and kind of thought about readjusting the half year goals, right? I always set goals in late December, early January, and I reassess in July. I did a goals video probably a week or two ago. I got back to the two that have been driving me since I left, my day job, right? Left working for someone else or the man or whatever you want to call it. And those goals haven't changed, right? I want to help 1,000 people get started, and change their financial future. Buy and hold rentals are the way I do that. And the other one is I want to create something that lasts 100 years after I'm gone, right? My life, kind of, ends the way it happens. And when I sort of sat back and thought about that, and it really, it's weird when it just comes at you from different times. So if those are what I really want, and the answer is yes, right? I want to have something that outlasts me by 1,000 or outlast me by 100 years, and I help 1,000 people get started. I think the building became that yes answer. First and foremost, we'll do the 100 years by creating a business, call a landing spot for one rental at a time. It's a message, it's a story, it's something that will hopefully build over time. Will be far easier to outlast if it's more than just a book and a YouTube channel, right, and a website. I think by having a building that is really full of other professionals, right? The key to this building is it's not me, right? I still don't live in Fresno, but it's full of other like-minded individuals who have a proven track record of being real estate professionals, either as licensed agents or licensed contractors, or people running small flipping operations or doing some real estate entrepreneurship via wholesaling and all of those things. So if I can fill the building with that and keep the building full with those kinds of individuals, I believe those activities will easily last 100 years. And if I spend the next decade or so refining the structure and rent and activities and how we work together on things, I think it's easily something that could be passed down to my next generation, right? And then it could go even further if so desired. So I think the one rental at a time story and message gains momentum. It gains longevity by having an office, by having it full of other like-minded real estate entrepreneurs. And I think it's something that's going to help the one rental at a time message last more than 100 years. So how to help 1,000 people is the other goal. Well, that's interesting because I think there are lots of people that can be helped with the one rental at a time message. And I have some notes here, so forgive me. First off, let's just start where I did, sellers, right? I am and likely will always be personally focused on the Fresno and Madera markets, right? I like to buy where I know. I don't want to add employees. I don't want to do any of these things to add complexity, but I want to make it easier for sellers to know who I am. I'm not going to be sending out 10,000 mail pieces. I'm not going to be doing, voicemail drops and texts and all of these things. However, if I plant my roots in a building, I put up a nice marquee sign in front that kind of declares what we do. I do some things to dress it up from the street so people take pictures, right? I get on a local TV or radio or whatever. I get in the press with the one rental at a time message. And then I facilitate the office with lots of other people using the one rental at a time message. I think over time, right, the market cycle will go up and down, right? And I'm thinking in decades here, right? Today, maybe the thing is to invest in text, right? Because you get responses and all of that. If people in my office are doing that, great. Am I going to do that? No. However, I'm going to be creating a building. I'm going to keep doing daily content. I'm going to keep, evolving and having your ideas. Tell me what else we could do together. But I think it's going to become a spot for sellers. And more importantly, sellers are going to see that we're substantial. We're not going to say, hey, meet us at a Starbucks or McDonald's or Walmart parking lot or whatever. We're going to say, come to our office. It's at blank, blank, blank Van Ness. And, we'll meet you at 10 o'clock, 10:30, whatever. And again, the office is going to be dressed up a little bit more than it is now. We'll do some videos once it's done, but so it's going to look more, I don't know. The intention is to be better than a Starbucks little round table and you buy them a cup of coffee to talk about buying their properties, right? Properties are significant. And I want to be buying, not only the onesie twosie, I'd love to be buying entire portfolios. All right. If you're an investor or an owner of property in Fresno, Madera, and you own 5, 6, 10, 15, 20, 30 properties, I'd love to buy them all at one time, whether that's with cash or that's with owner financing or what kind of structure we work out, right? That's what I want to be doing, right? I want to be buying all of those. And I want to give sellers the feeling that, we're a legit company, we're a legit message, and you can trust us. So I think having a building helps sellers. And I think it helps sellers, especially when you see it's been there for, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, right? So, I think that's going to be interesting. Buyers, right? I think there's going to be buyers are the same way as sellers. If they're driving by and they see the marquee and they want to, they want to come, meet somebody that maybe, there will absolutely be licensed agents in the office, which was paramount for me to get done. There's one already committed. There's another 1 or 2 looking at the office this week. So if you just want a real estate agent, we're going to have a couple in the office. And the key is I'm not a brokerage, right? That's again, not complicating my life. These are licensed agents with entirely other brokerages, right? So we're not doing any of that. And that's okay, right? If, we're giving up some dollars, fine, right? It's okay. But I think it's going to help buyers. And maybe sometimes buyers want to pay cash or they want to do non-conventional. I think having an office and having those discussions allows us to understand what they want, create a buyer's list, and allows us to go out and hunt for what people are looking at. So I think it'll probably end up helping buyers more often than not, because maybe you're a buyer that just can't do it the normal way. Maybe you have to have seller financing or you want to do lease option or, I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to have people in the office that will listen to what you're looking for and then go out and try to help you do that. So that's going to be cool. Investors, right? Not only local investors, but out of area and even out of state investors. I really want this building to be a home run for you, right? This is where I would have wanted when I was coming, right? I would have wanted to go to an office building, see the like-minded individuals, feel it's real, understand what they're doing, and communicate with them what I'm looking for, whether that's with a licensed agent who's going to be looking at the MLS, whether that's with a wholesale team or people marketing direct to sellers and owners. This is going to become something interesting as we build up buyers list and start to attract investors, right? I essentially want to create I don't know, I was going to call it a highway, but basically a steady process of sending investors from the Bay Area to Fresno, right? To meet with people there and to see what they're looking for and to learn the market and all of that. Same with SoCal, right? I expect some SoCal investors to make the drive. up and see what's going on. Out of state people, if you want to schedule stuff and do a full day of activities, now we're going to be able to make that happen. Before, I was leaning on friendships and, hey, do me a favor and all of that. Now by having an office with teams in there, right, this is what they're paid to do, right? Licensed real estate agents are paid to show real estate. Wholesalers and other real estate entrepreneurs, what are you looking for? Let me go get that for you. So it's going to be very interesting. Another one that's interesting is private investors. I have lots of folks that have access to capital, Silicon Valley, RSUs, options, selling companies, all that stuff. Lots of folks have the cash, or maybe it's in an IRA, for example, and they want to be a part of short-term real estate investing. So I've added teams to this that really could use access to private capital. We'll leave it to the parties involved to work out the agreement and all of that. But I think by bringing in professionals who have track records and have a portfolio of stuff they've done, it's going to help private investors, and it's going to help legitimize, and you can go see them and you know where they are. They're not like only in their car, for example. I think private investors are going to have the opportunity to be a part of some pretty special things, and I look forward to helping both sides, right? Both somebody place cash and teams that can really jumpstart their business with private money. And then lastly, students. I think students, and this is really anybody that wants to get, this is, I want to get started one rental at a time. I like the message. I have a day job. I want to be you kind of thing. You're going to see what's possible, right? You're going to see that, yes, we started with one house on Norris Drive. And, over time, this is built into something pretty big. And most importantly is you don't have to do what we did. You don't have to put everything on hold and commit 15 years to this. For many of you, just getting to 4 is life-changing. So let's help you get to 4, right? Let's help you get started. And that's why both the book was written, because I wanted you to see that, yes, some busy employee could do this. But more importantly, folks, I created this online course because I see too many people stuck in interest and not moving forward. The course is activity-based. Step 1, learn your market, pick our criteria, and let's go after it. Step 2, understand the math to how I do things, right? And it just goes from there. This course is ridiculously cheap at $199. You can see all the things I'm trying to do. Just go to the course. I think there's a link below. Just look at the outline and see if that makes sense to you. Right? I really think that students are going to get a big deal out of this. We will probably set up, I don't know what it will be, quarterly, maybe bi-yearly events for investors or students. But again, by having this building, I think there are so many things that could be done. So in the end, that's why. Do me a favor. I'd, again, love to hear your ideas. Leave comments below. The building, I think, is just about 2,000 square feet. It's got 8 offices. It's got a lobby, a little kitchen area, which again, could have been an office, but I decided to make it a kitchen area. There's obviously a restroom. There's parking space in the back, great frontage road. We're going to put up a new sign. I honestly don't know what it's going to be, but I know it's going to be great. And I would love to get your feedback and your ideas on what that could be. All right. Take care. Bye.